Hi there, it's Nicole Spohr and welcome back to my channel. So I absolutely love the June 2021 Simon Says Stamp card kit. Rainbow is my favorite color. And I went ahead and created one more card and envelope, and I wanted to share that with you today, showing how you can create some rainbow rays. I'm even using some of the pattern paper from the kit. And something that I haven't been doing a lot of is stenciling on a white envelope. So I'm going to kind of show you how I created that matching envelope as well. And best of all, this is a really quick project. So I am taking the Simon Says stamp, Build a Rainbow Stencil, and I'm going to start by stenciling some clouds from this stencil. And to get this bigger cloud going in a couple of different directions, I'm simply going to clean my stencil and flip it over. And we are using the Audrey Blue Simon Says Stamp ink to add color. Now we're going to add a few small ones. When I'm doing stenciling and I am not doing any masking, which this is a zero masking project, that's why it's quick and easy. In fact, I haven't been using masks for any of my card projects here used with this card kit. It is really fast to be able to do that, and so I'm just kind of creating my base, whatever's going to be in the foreground, and then we'll tuck kind of quote unquote our sunshine behind there. And that's just by not bringing the color all the way down to the bottom. It's okay that we're leaving that white area down near where the sun meets the clouds. My other best tip for stenciling like this in a small area or with a stencil that's kind of more of a build a scene type of stencil is to use smaller blending tools. These rainbow ones from Simon Says Stamp are amazing. I absolutely love them. So in any of my other card projects that I've created with this kit, I have gone ahead and done more of what I would say is a traditional sun with the Simon Says Stamp Sunshine ink. Now I'm actually taking all 4 ink cubes that you get in the June kit, and we're going to clean the stencil every time, but we're moving our way around the sun and I'm alternating. So we're creating a rainbow of sun rays. I'm actually not even using a rainbow on this card, not an actual image of a rainbow anyway. We are going to get our rainbow with our rainbow rays, some rainbow stamping of our sentiment, and then even the pattern paper background. We're going to keep moving our way around. I'm just going to simply clean this. Each time I switch colors so I don't cross-contaminate. We have Sunshine, Jellybean, Audrey Blue, and Hot Lips. Those are the 4 ink cubes you get in the kit. If you want to use the inks you already have on hand at home, you could even do more colors. I think that would be really fun as well. I tend to only do the majority of the color down near the base of the rainbow, or the sunshine ray, so that it gets lighter the further out you get. I like that kind of faded look. It doesn't give you the harsh lines, and I'm trying to avoid those. We're going to continue working our way all the way around. One thing that's going to bother me a lot, and I actually left it until a little bit later, is the fact that the last rainbow sun ray is going to be Audrey Blue, and I feel like I get a harsh line right through my cloud, and I don't love that. And I'm going to show you how I fix that here in just a little bit. Let's go ahead. You can see it really bad right here. So let's go ahead and add a couple more clouds really quick, and then we are going to kind of work on embellishing and stamping our sentiment. So I'm trying to figure out the placement for my sentiment. I think it would look cool in the center of the sunshine. Ultimately, I opted to do it down below. I'm going to layer some of these Doodlebug shape sprinkles stickers throughout my design. That's going to be hearts, that's going to be dots, and even the cute little white clouds. I love layering these little cloud stickers with the stenciled clouds. Again, very quick and easy. And if you are looking for an idea that utilizes just components from the kit, this is it. I didn't even pull any extra dies or anything like that from my stash. The only thing I really needed was blending tools and some black ink. Now I am using Post-it notes to mask off parts of my sentiment because I stamped the first line of text from Rainbow is My Favorite Color stamp set included in the kit using black. And then I am going to use my Post-it notes again to mask off areas of the word rainbow, and each letter of the word rainbow is going to be inked in a different color. This is a quick and easy way to do this. You definitely wouldn't have to, but where this is a very simple design, I know I've talked about this in some of my other more clean and simple type of cards, I try to find ways to dress up the design without adding a lot more stuff. And I love the fact that each letter can really mimic the look of the sunshine above. We're going to continue this until we have all of the letters in the words rainbow in a different color, or it's going to repeat or start to repeat, and then we will stamp the last line of text in this sentiment with the black ink again. So it reads, "You are my rainbow on a cloudy day," which I think is cute and very fun and fitting for this. And I didn't get a great stamped image, so we'll just ink that up one more time. There is my background. Okay, so we are actually going to go ahead and trim down this panel now to a little bit smaller. I believe it's like 3 3/4, approximately. You're going to notice I'm going to keep trimming this down, but I think it's about 3 3/4 by 5 inches maybe. But we want it to just be small enough that we can mount it on a rainbow pattern paper background. I really wanted something that was bright and colorful to mat this on, since the majority of this is white. I'm not loving this. I don't think the distance from the word rainbow is equal on each side, and so I did trim about 1/8 of an inch off of the right side and then off of the bottom, so that it's even all the way around. When we mount this on a A2 sized panel of pattern paper, so our background is going to measure 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, completely covering the front of an A2 size card base. Whatever you decide to do your background panel, just make sure that it's going to be even all the way around. I'm going to put some adhesive then on a white top fold card base. We'll place our pattern paper right here on our card base. Smooth that out. I'm just going to kind of move that a little bit. And then there was a little bit of overhang, so I will take this to my trimmer and just kind of trim away that excess that's hanging off of the edge. I probably didn't eyeball it or trim it quite right. And I did try to cut this side, but it's just not going to work very good, so I am going to take my scissors and trim that away. Then we can adhere our panel right to this rainbow background. And for me, I think this makes all of the difference, because it really draws your eye into what's going on in the center of the card and just reinforces that rainbow theme. I'm still not loving that line through my cloud, so I'm going to grab my stencil and I'm going to grab my AUDREY blue ink, and I'm going to ink that up a little bit more. We're not going to be able to fully eliminate that line, but I think we can disguise it a little bit better so that it's not quite as glaring. And what is going to happen is the cloud is going to be a lot deeper blue by going in and adding this color. That's okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to love this, and it definitely is glaring if that's the only cloud you're going to do. So I know I've already added my shape sprinkle stickers, so what I ended up doing was just adding a little bit more color to a couple of the other clouds, and that's going to balance it out. We'll leave a couple of them I mean, one, there's not a whole lot showing anymore over on the right side, but we'll leave the other bigger one alone and just add some extra color to those other two, and it balances it out. But it really does help disguise the fact that there's that line going through there, and I don't mind it near as much now. I almost kind of enjoy seeing it a little bit, so you can definitely tell there's a ray there. Kind of like the cloud, you're seeing through it, it's translucent or whatever. But I think it looks a lot more natural with a little extra color. Now that we have our card finished, it is time to create a coordinating envelope. So I did take an envelope from my stash. This is a white envelope from Simon Says Stamp. And I played around with placement. My natural inclination is to add my embellishment to that bottom left corner, or sometimes even the bottom right. But I ended up shifting it, and we're going to just eyeball it and do it in the center. We're going to do stenciling very similar to anything you've seen me stencil with this particular rainbow stencil before, where I'm not doing the harsh outer line of the ray. The color is going to be concentrated down near the base and then pulled out. We're just going to mimic the rainbow look from our card, since this is a coordinating set. And I'm going to work my way all the way around. The great thing about stenciling, and really the inks are not that deep and dark, you're going to be able to write over this. I think I'll definitely use a black pen, but you're going to be able to write over this and it'll still be very legible. I really think the envelope is kind of cute and fun. I think a card with a similar kind of style, and then you can always put a nice big sentiment on it, would be a really fun touch as well. Once we have worked our way all the way around the base here of our envelope, the final thing I want to do is add just a little touch of stamping to finish it off. We're going to take the hearts from Rainbow Is My Favorite Color stamp set. There's 3 sizes. We're actually going to use all 3 of them and stamp those hearts with the Hot Lips ink right here on our envelope. So 2 kind of up above over on the left, and then 1 actually on the sunshine itself. So let's grab those and place those where we want them to go on our background. I did play around with the placement. The kind of medium-sized heart will hang off the bottom edge just a tiny bit. I think that helps ground it a little bit better. Same as the sun, by having it go off the side of the card, that helps ground the design a lot. Let's just set that other heart aside for a second and stamp these 2 other ones first. Got our ink here. I am using the Misty just in case the hearts wouldn't stamp great with the first impression. I wanted to have my Misty here so that I could restamp it, but I did not have to. I have used these stamps before, which often makes a big difference. So they stamped perfectly. Let's just flip our envelope around then, line up our heart, and go ahead and stamp that. Now, I could have totally ended it here if I wanted to, but I ultimately decided I kind of wanted to mimic the rainbow color of the stamping on the back flap of the card. So I grabbed the Simon Says Stamp Sassy Flaps stamp set, and it has all kinds of sassy kind of images, perfect for those flaps of our card or the backs of our flaps of our envelopes and backs of our cards. We're going to use my favorite Crafty Goodness Enclosed, and I'm going to do the same technique that I did for the word rainbow. You can see it a lot better here. I'm using the Post-it notes to mask off parts of the sentiment while I switch colors. And these ink cubes work perfect for this technique since they're nice and small. So if you have some ink cubes in your stash, I would highly suggest trying them with a technique like this because it works so, so well. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this stenciled rainbow sun rays card and matching envelope. The supplies I used to create my project are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another video featuring the Simon Says Stamp June 2021 card kit that you might enjoy. Please be sure to subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a new card making video. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and we'll catch you next time.